Nothing can get a mother ready for the scary feeling when her new baby stays completely quiet. Little Leo had not made any sound at all for 3 long and painful months. His eyes stayed shut tight the whole time. The doctors did not know what to do. But everything changed in a big way on that special night when a mysterious rich man finally walked into the quiet hospital room. Selina Hensley sat very straight and stiff next to the clear baby bed in room number 422 at the Seattle Presbyterian Medical Center. She held her body tight as if ready to protect her child. The bright lights above made a buzzing sound and gave everything a pale, unhealthy look on the clean white walls. Her hands shook a little and felt cold. They stayed just a short distance above the clear plastic wall that kept her baby safe inside. Little Leo lay there without moving, wrapped nicely in a soft blue hospital blanket. He looked very beautiful, with skin smooth like shiny white stone, and thick dark hair that curled gently on his head. But he also felt very scary. From the exact second he was born, by a quick operation 92 days earlier, Leo had not made any noise. No loud baby cries came when he arrived. No soft happy sounds or little complaints followed. Most scary of all, his eyes had never opened even once. Dr. Benjamin Wright, the top children's brain doctor at the hospital, stood by the door, holding a thick yellow folder close to his chest. He made a small sound in his throat to get her attention. That sound broke the heavy quiet in the room. "Selina," Dr. Wright said in a kind voice he used for sad news, "we have done every test we can think of. We checked his genes, his body chemicals, and watched his brain waves all the time. The answers do not make sense together." Selina did not look away from her baby boy. "What do you mean by answers that do not make sense, doctor?" she asked. Dr. Wright continued, "His body stays very cool at about 91 degrees. That temperature should make him very sick. But his blood has plenty of air in it. His heart beats only 28 times in 1 minute. That is very slow. When we try to give him special baby milk through a tube, his body pushes it away hard. He lives only on salty water and special food through tubes. Yet his body grows new cells faster than normal. This breaks all the rules we know about how human bodies work." Selina finally turned her head. Her tired eyes were red from not sleeping. She looked straight at the doctor. "He is a real human boy, Dr. Wright. He is my son." "I am not saying he is not," the doctor replied gently. He let out a long breath and ran his fingers through his graying hair. "The group of doctors who decide important things met again this morning. Selina, you need to understand. Leo does not react to loud sounds, bright lights, or touches. He does not cry. He does not wake up. He seems to be in a deep sleep that we cannot explain. The hospital leaders want to move him to a special place for gentle care, because staying here costs a lot of money every day. We have tried everything medical help can do." "No," Selina said, in a rough, quiet voice that sounded very sure. "You are not taking him to that place. He is not dying. He is only waiting for the right time." Dr. Wright looked at her with deep sadness in his eyes. Then he left the room quietly. Selina stayed alone with her baby. She put her head against the cool plastic of the baby bed. Tears she thought were all gone came back to her eyes. Her sister Samantha had said similar things a few days before, telling Selina to get ready for hard news. But Selina felt a strong pull toward her child that she could not ignore. She believed in her heart that Leo was fighting a battle no doctor could understand. Her thoughts went back to a rainy day 1 year earlier in Portland, Oregon. She worked fixing old papers at a history place. A man walked into her quiet office. His name was Alexander Croft. He looked very handsome and strong. He moved smoothly and had a powerful feeling around him that made people listen. His eyes were a deep dark color, and his skin felt cold when touched. Their love story was fast and strong, like two forces meeting hard. They spent 3 exciting weeks together, in his tall apartment by the river. He spoke soft words, in languages she did not know. He touched her arms with strong hunger, that felt both exciting and a little scary. Then, on the morning she wanted to tell him she felt changes in her body, he disappeared. The apartment became empty. All his things were gone. His big company sold everything in the area very fast. He left no message, no new address, nothing except the memory of him and a small new life growing inside Selina. Selina had been angry at his name during the 9 hard months of waiting for the baby. The pregnancy was very difficult and took a lot of her strength. She did not like bright sun. She wanted very red meat. She had bad headaches. When Leo was born early, he felt cold in a strange way and stayed silent. Selina knew right away that Alexander had given her a child who was only part human. Suddenly the temperature in the hospital room dropped fast. The number on the wall thermometer fell from 72 degrees to 58 degrees in just seconds. The heavy wooden door to room 422 clicked shut and locked with a strong sound. Selina stood up quickly. Her chair made a loud scrape on the floor. The lights above blinked fast and then went dark. The room became black, lit only by the blinking lights on Leo's machines. Outside in the hall, all the normal hospital noises stopped. No announcements, no footsteps, no talking. It felt like a heavy blanket covered the whole floor. Then a deep, strong voice came from the dark corner. "You always were a very determined woman, Selina." Her lungs felt frozen. She knew that voice. It had visited her dreams and bad dreams for 12 long months. "Alexander," she said in a shaking voice. He stepped forward into the small light from the windows. Alexander Croft looked exactly the same as the day he left. He wore a nice dark blue suit that fit his strong body perfectly. His hair was neat, but his eyes glowed with a soft red light that looked powerful and hunting. "Stay away from us," Selina warned. She stepped in front of the baby bed to protect Leo. She grabbed a heavy metal stand from the medicine tubes. Her hands held it tight like a fighting tool. "You do not get to come back after leaving me. You do not get to say he is yours now," she said. Alexander did not move back. He walked across the room so fast she could hardly see it. He stopped very close to the clear plastic. His big body made the medical tools look small. "I did not leave you because I wanted to," Alexander said. His low voice shook through her chest. "I had to go to stay alive. There was a big fight inside my group of leaders in Eastern Europe. People were sent to kill me in Portland. If I stayed and they learned you were special to me, they would have hurt you to make me weak. I had to cut the connection to keep you safe." Selina made a doubting sound. Hot tears ran down her face. "Special to you? A big fight? You sound crazy, Alexander. You left me carrying a baby, all alone, and very scared. Look at him." She pointed at the quiet baby. "Look what happened because of you. The doctors think his brain does not work. He never cried. He never opened his eyes." Alexander looked at the baby. His face, usually hard like stone, showed a moment of deep love and respect. "Normal doctors cannot help with royal blood," he said. "Royal blood?" Selina held the metal stand even tighter. "I am the ruler of the Nightfall Court, Selina. I am the Vampire King." He said it not to show off, but like an old heavy truth. "And this child is my next leader. He is the first baby born naturally from pure royal blood in more than 600 years. Selina felt dizzy. The thinking part of her mind, the woman who worked with history and facts, told her to run and push the help button. But the mother part of her, the woman who carried this hard pregnancy and watched her cold, silent baby for 3 months, knew he spoke truth. It was the only scary answer that explained everything. Alexander put his big, pale hand on the top of the baby bed. "He is not in deep sleep, Selina. He is hungry. They give him special food through the tube, Selina said to defend what the hospital did. Human food is bad for his body. Even milk from a human mother would make him very sick, Alexander explained. His glowing eyes stayed on the small baby. He is in a special resting state to save his energy, until he gets the food his body needs. Before Selina could say anything more, Alexander opened the heavy top of the baby bed easily and set it aside. Alarms started screaming right away. Red lights flashed. The safe space was broken. "Stop! You will hurt him!" Selina tried to move forward, but an unseen strong force held her in place. She could not move her legs. She could only watch with great fear. Alexander reached in and carefully picked up the baby. He held Leo safely in one big arm, supporting his small neck. With his other hand, he brought his own wrist to his mouth. Selina gasped in shock as he bit his own skin. No messy blood sprayed. Instead, a thick, shiny, dark red liquid came out cleanly from the small cut. "No, please," Selina cried, and tried to break free from the invisible hold. Alexander did not listen to her cries. He softly put his wrist against the baby's pale closed lips. For 10 long, scary seconds, nothing happened. The heart machine kept its slow beeps. Then a strong shake went through the baby's small body. Little Leo's mouth opened. His tiny tongue came out and tasted the dark liquid. Right away, his small hands that had stayed tight fists for 3 months opened up. He grabbed Alexander's wrist strongly and pulled it closer. The power in his tiny fingers was surprising. The heart machine started beeping much faster. The numbers on the temperature screen climbed quickly: 92, 95, 98.6 degrees. Alexander took his wrist away. For the first time since birth, little Leo moved his head by himself. He turned it up toward the warmth and smell of the man holding him. Then something impossible happened. Leo's eyelashes moved. The closed lids opened slowly. Selina stopped fighting. She held her breath in wonder as she looked at her son's face. His eyes were not the soft brown color she expected. They were bright, glowing red, exactly like his father's. Leo did not cry. He opened his mouth, showing 2 small sharp edges on his top gums, and made a deep, strong purring sound that filled the whole room. Alexander looked up from his son. His red eyes met Selina's scared but amazed face. "The resting time is finished, Selina. Our son is awake. Now we must go from this place before my enemies learn that the true king has been born." Noises of worry started in the hall as extra power came on and lit the areas with flashing yellow light. The strong force holding Selina disappeared. She moved fast to the baby bed, her knees hitting the floor hard. She reached for Leo. He felt completely different now. The strange, scary coldness was gone. His small body felt warm, like a stone heated by the sun. He looked at Selina with his new, open red eyes. They followed her face with smart understanding that seemed too much for a 3-month-old. He did not cry. He just looked, his fingers still holding tight to Alexander's nice jacket. "We have less than 3 minutes before the hospital locks everything down," Alexander said. His voice was calm, but full of power. He put a heavy black coat around Selina's shoulders to cover both her and the baby. "Hold him close to your chest. Do not let go, and do not look behind you." Selina had many questions and wanted many answers, but the strong mother feeling to guard her awake child was bigger than everything. She held Leo tight and wrapped the coat around him. Alexander kicked the heavy door of room 422. He did not just push it, he hit it with strong force that pulled the metal parts out of the wall. The door flew into the hallway with a loud crash. Nurses and guards ran toward them with lights and radios. Alexander did not hurt them. He raised his left hand. His red eyes shone brighter. A wave of strong unseen power went down the hall. The workers fell against the walls. They were not dead, but fell into deep sleep. "Keep going," Alexander told her. His hands stayed on her back to help her move fast toward the stairs. They went down 4 floors very quickly. Alexander almost carried Selina. His movements were so fast They made her feel dizzy. When they came out the bottom door, cold Seattle rain fell on them. A big, strong black car waited at the road. Its engine made a deep sound. A very large man stepped out from the driver's side. He wore strong clothes over a nice suit. His face had marks, and looked tough. "My king," the man said, and bowed his head with respect. He opened the back door. "Get in, Selina. This is Dominic, my trusted helper," Alexander said. He helped her inside the nice-smelling car. Alexander sat next to her, and closed the door, just as police sirens came close. Dominic drove fast, and the car joined the busy wet roads of the city. Selina sat shaking in the back. The sudden excitement made her body feel weak. The baby rested happily against her. His glowing eyes watched the lights outside with calm interest. "You called him your helper," Selina whispered. "You said you are a king, but this feels like a big family business of shadows." Alexander leaned back. His eyes became a darker red. "People in normal life make up nice stories about us. They write poems about lonely, important people in old castles. Real life is harder and more planned. The Nightfall Court has rules all over the world. We build things in hidden places. We manage big money places, soldier groups, and moving things around the world. It is a family held by blood, being true and strong force when needed. For the last year, my family has had trouble." "The fight you talked about," Selina said. Her mind that liked history tried to understand the pieces. "It was started by a man named Alistair Corvin," Alexander explained. His face showed strong anger. "He is from an old enemy family. Corvin became too wanting. He thought I was weak because I did not take quick money from normal people in ways that help our kind. He brought leaders from Europe against me. But our kind does not fight alone much anymore. Corvin paid outside fighters for the attack." "The Lycaon group," Dominic said from the front. His voice showed dislike. "They are werewolves, a rough fighting group led by a strong leader named Griffin Holt. They are wild and hard to control with normal plans." Alexander touched Selina's wet hair gently with his strong, cold fingers. "When I learned killers were coming, they were already near Portland. If I stayed to fight while keeping a pregnant normal human safe, it would have been a bad mistake. So I went away, but I did not hide scared. I spent 12 months doing the strongest payback our world has seen." Selina looked at him and understood more about the man and the powerful being she loved. "I stopped his open money," Alexander went on with a strong smile. "I changed world trade rules to make his hidden companies lose everything. I gave secret information about his ships to normal government people so they took billions in bad things. I made his friends turn against him when the money disappeared. I broke his power from inside. Now Corvin is desperate and has no money. He thinks he won because I was gone. He is very wrong." The big car drove onto a bridge toward nice private homes on Mercer Island. Rain hit the strong windows hard and made them feel alone. "They do not know about Leo," Selina said as new fear came. "If they learn you have a next leader, they will send every fighter to try to hurt him," Alexander said. His eyes glowed red again. "A pure royal child makes my right to lead strong and true. It takes away all of Corvin's reasons to fight. That is why Leo stayed hidden. His body kept his special power quiet and cool, so the enemy searchers could not find him. But now that he drank the right food and his eyes are open, his presence is like a bright light in our hidden world." The car left the main road and went down a private path through thick trees. It stopped at big metal gates. Dominic put in a code. The gates opened to show a large modern strong house of glass and metal by the lake. "Welcome to our safe place," Alexander said as he helped Selina out. "You will be safe here. The outside has strong protections and my best helpers watch the land." Inside, everything felt tight and careful. Guards in dark clothes walked the halls. Selina was taken to a big safe bedroom that looked over the stormy lake. Alexander gave her a silver cup of warm drink with spices and told her to drink it to get strong again. For the first time in a year, Selina felt a strange calm. Little Leo, after drinking his father's special blood, had changed completely. He was strong, moving, and full of energy. When Selina put him on the big bed, he turned over right away. His red eyes looked at her with deep, smart feeling. He reached for the silver necklace she always wore. Alexander stood by the tall window, looking at the storm. The wind hit the glass hard. "He is wonderful," Alexander said softly with his back to them. "He has your strong spirit, Selina. A weaker normal person would not have lived through carrying him." "He needs a father, Alexander," Selina said quietly as she stood behind him. "Not only a king or a leader of a group." Alexander turned. His face became softer when he looked at the woman who kept him steady. He pulled her close. His body was cool, but the love from him felt very warm. "He will have everything. When this night ends, the Nightfall Court will know their queen, and our family's enemies will be gone from stories forever." Suddenly the whole house shook hard. The normal lights turned to bright red emergency color. A loud alarm rang through the halls. Alexander's head turned fast. His face showed strong anger. "Dominic!" he called in a loud voice that shook the doors. The bedroom door opened and Dominic ran in with a big, strong gun. "The outside wall is broken, my king. It is the Lycaon group. Many of them. They got past the heat sensors." "How?" Selina asked in fear as she grabbed Leo from the bed. "They did not get past them," Alexander said. "They brought enough fighters to break through. Corvin knows I am here. This is his last try." A terrible loud howling sound came from the lower parts of the house. It was the noise of wild wolves breaking through metal and guards. "Take them to the safe room," Alexander told Dominic. "Close it tight. If anyone but me tries to open it, stop them." "No," Selina held Alexander's arm. "You cannot leave us again." Alexander held her face gently and wiped her tears. "I am not leaving you, Selina. I am protecting our home. I am removing the dangers that try to hurt my queen." Before she could say more, Alexander disappeared. He did not run. He was just gone, moving faster than eyes could follow. Dominic took Selina and the baby to a hidden door behind a big bookshelf. The wall moved and showed a small, strong safe room made of metal. They went inside, and the heavy door closed with a loud sound, leaving them in deep quiet. For 20 long minutes, Selina sat on the cold floor, holding her quiet, glowing-eyed son. She felt the walls shake from fighting. The house was being damaged. Sounds of guns, loud animal noises, and breaking came through. Then everything became still. The quiet felt heavy. Selina looked at Dominic, who kept his gun ready at the door. A heavy hit sounded on the outside of the safe room, then another. Slowly the locks opened. The big door moved and showed the broken bedroom. Alexander stood there. His nice suit was torn and covered in thick dark blood that was not his. He breathed hard. His hands were red up to the arms. He looked like an old, powerful fighter god. In one hand he pulled the unconscious body of Griffin Holt, the leader of the werewolf group. The big wolfman was hurt badly with broken bones. In the other hand, Alexander held the neck of an older, well-dressed man in a gray suit. Then he pushed the older man to his knees, in front of the open safe room. "Selina," Alexander said, in a dark, strong voice that asked for full listening. "I want you to meet Alistair Corvin, the one who planned my time away." Corvin breathed hard, with wide, scared eyes. He looked at Alexander, then into the room at Selina, and especially at the baby with the glowing royal red eyes. The older man broke inside. "Impossible," he whispered in total sadness. "The family line was stopped. A pure blood. It cannot be." "You tried to destroy my future, Alistair," Alexander said with anger as he stood over the beaten enemy. "You used wild animals to take a seat you were afraid to fight for yourself. You tried to kill my special woman and my son. Alexander put his shoe on the back of Corvin's neck and pushed his face down on the bloody floor. Your money is gone. Your hidden companies now belong to my group. Your leaders in Europe have promised to follow me to save their lives, Alexander said, giving the last strong hit. You have nothing, Alistair. You die with no money as a traitor in front of your true king. Alexander did not wait. With a quick, strong move of his foot, he ended Corvin's life and stopped the fight forever. Dominic put down his gun and knelt in the mess, bowing to his true leader. Alexander stepped over the bodies. His fighting look changed to gentle as he came to Selina. He took his son carefully from her shaking arms. Little Leo grabbed his father's bloody shirt and made a happy purring sound, not bothered by the fighting. Alexander held out his hand to Selina. The fighting is finished, Selina, he promised as he helped her stand and walk out of the safe room into the broken bedroom. The group is ours. Selina looked at all the damage around her, then at the scary but beautiful being who loved her, and at the special child they made together. She did not turn away from the blood or mess. Instead, she held Alexander's hand tightly and stepped into her new life. She was no longer only a woman who fixed old history papers. She was the queen of the Nightfall Court, and no one would succeed if they tried to hurt her family again. Stories like this can teach us important lessons about family love and staying strong. Even when things look impossible, a parent's deep care and bravery can protect what matters most. In real life, we learn that understanding differences in people or creatures helps us show kindness, and working together as a family builds safety and a better future. Reading tales with vampires or other beings also shows how imagination helps us think about courage, loyalty, and making hard choices for those we love. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe so you don't miss my next video.